Everyone, Michelle here. I am Shelby Creates, for those of you that don't know me personally. Today I'm playing in my ledger journal. I'm completely inspired by some pages that I've printed, which are from the Collage Soup collaboration with Claire Stead. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, Claire. The book is called Face It. And you can purchase that on Amazon. I've gotten the ebook copy off of Collage Soup's website. I like to do the ebook version so that I can go and print out the pages that I want. And the way my brain works, I would hate to be choosing between the double-sided pages. So at the moment, I've just printed out some hearts out of one of the pages, and I've fussy cut them all out, which has inspired me to do this cutout page. So I've traced around the hearts, and then and used a ruler to line them up. I started using a craft knife, but I'm not really good with going around bends, so I kind of did the bottom triangle bit and then used my scissors to cut out the rest. Cutting out on 2 pages because I'm going to do something in between. So now I'm just painting the first side. I'm using the Dina Wakley paints, using Sapphire, Sky, Eggplant, Mustard, Magenta, and later on I'll be using some black and white. So some of them are, the first few layers I did quite watered down, just to see, just having a play. Now I'm doing some stenciling with the same colours. The heart stencil is a Flutterby Designs stencil, which I've had for quite a long time. You're also using a Dina Wakley text stencil with a bit of white. And this little mandala type stencil I'm using in black. I have a feeling it may be a mask from Carabel Studios when they were still around. I believe it's probably a Brigitte Coupson design. So now I'm just using a black, I think that one was a probably a Life of Colour pen, not one of the brush markers, one that's a bit thinner, just to go around the edges. Now I'm pretty much just repeating the process on the second page on the back. I'm going to use transparencies, and I really don't like it when the transparency, you can see the sticky bit on the back, or you've got a blank page behind it. So that's why I've chosen to do it on 2 pages and cut them out on both, and then obviously I'm going to be sticking it together and creating some little windows. So I'm using exactly the same paints and stencils again, going around the hearts. Now I'm just going to do some text stamping. I could not tell you what text stamp that is. I've had it for a really long time, and it's just chucked in with my mark making stamps. So now I'm using the Dina Wakley Transparencies. I'm using 2 different ones. One's from Pattern Play Set 1 and the other one's Typography Set 2. So I'm just cutting them out into little squares so that they're different in each window. I didn't want to use a whole sheet behind it. So I'm just trying to make sure they're all a bit different. And then what I'm going to do is stick them behind using some double-sided tape. So that way when I take it off, they'll stick and stay in between the 2 pages. So I'm just trying to mix them around a little bit, make sure the edges are covered but not in each overlapping in any windows. Then I get to a stage where I realise that my text is going to be back to front. So the last one, when it fell out, I realised. So I've done that one round the right way. But you're only going to see a tiny little bit of that around the outside anyway. So now I'm just going to remove all that double-sided tape, stick it down. Now I'm using the little hearts that I've cut out from the Collage Soup book with Claire. So I'm using the Dina Wakley media glue, just sticking those in the windows, and now I'm going to turn it over and stick some on the back. So there'll be a little bit of an overlap, so you'll see a little bit of white around that, but I don't think you'll even really notice. Things like that usually bother me a little bit, but I'm trying not to let it bother me. So now I'm using a little title out of which is also in the Collage Soup book, and doing a little bit of outlining. Now I have found that the ones that I've printed are a little bit glossy. I've had them printed at the library, which is a laser print, but I presume the book is quite matte, whereas this is a little bit glossy, and the Poscas didn't really soak in or sit nicely on there, but I'll see how I go. I've ordered some printing. So that's it. It's all complete. Thank you so much for watching. If you give me a like, that'd be great. Hope I've done okay with my recording, and I'll see you again next time. Thank you.